Taps in most parts of Nairobi County will remain dry for 2 more weeks as the Athi Water Works Development Agency begins the process of repairing the destroyed Sasumua Kabete pipeline that supplies water to the city. The recent water shortage bringing to the fore unresolved water challenges facing Nairobi residents amidst claims of water cartels controlling the supply of the precious commodity in the capital city.
Water bowsers on the move. Water vendors in a rush. It is the new order in most parts of the city. More than 600 water bowsers fetching water from some of the over 8,000 boreholes in the city to ensure thirsty residents have the supply. Kawangware is one of the most affected areas. The taps have dried up and the residents have been forced to camp at water-selling shops to fill their jerrycans before embarking on another journey back home. A 20-litre jerrycan of clean water retails at 5 shillings at this shop.
Tuna shida sana ya maji. Karibu wiki mbili maji haijakuja. Tulikuwa tunatarajia itakuja usiku hii kukuja. Kwa hivyo tuko na shida sana.
In the face of COVID-19 and Kawangware being a flashpoint, residents say lack of water could expose them to the virus, since washing of hands is one of the ways of keeping the virus at bay. 2 kilometers away, we arrive in Kangemi. Residents have lined up their jerrycans at this water shop. The vendor tells us that this has been the situation for the last 2 weeks.
Tunafungua saa 11, tunafunga saa 1:30. Watu ni wengi na hata ukiangalia saa hii watu wanahitaji maji, kuna mkokoteni, bado kuna mitungi.
This motorist had to improvise his car just to carry enough water for his family.
Nimechuguka Geshagi, tuna borehole 3 Geshagi. Lakini watu walikuwa wengi, nikaona nzuri siwezi kukojea, nije nitafute maji pande hii ya Mountain View.
For Catherine Karongo, a resident of Kasarani, the water shortage has dealt a big blow to her expenses. Vendors in this area charge 70 shillings for a 20-litre jerrycan. This combined with the fear of exposing herself during this pandemic.
Right now there is COVID. Even the vendors that are bringing to us, you're not sure of their health status. So you can't keep having people coming to your house to bring water.
In Eastlands, Umoja, residents share the same fate. Their supply of water now depends on water vendors who move around their state. Never mind where the water is coming from.
Tumekuwa tukihangaika juu ya maji, hakujakuwa na maji karibu wiki mbili. Sasa tunapata hata kuna wenye wana pesa ya kubai maji sawa, shida na kuokoa sana.
A problem that Athi Water Works Development Agency and the Nairobi City and Water Storage Company attribute to the damage on the Sasumua Kabete pipeline that supplies water to Nairobi. The pipeline was cut off following a massive landslide in Karimenu River inside Kieni Forest in the Aberdare Ranges.
We sent our engineers there all over the weekend and they have assessed the damage and we have started the repair work. One of the challenges that we are having is that we have to do an access road to that area, which we have already started. We have started by clearing. We anticipate that we can be able to repair the damage not later than in 2 weeks' time.
However, residents remain adamant that the damage is not the only cause for the dry taps in the city. They accuse water vendors of interfering with the supply.
It's not a one-off problem, but for this year we've not had this issue until now, until April. Last year, towards the end of last year, from September to December, we were facing the same thing. So all I can ask them is to stop being selfish, because this is just being selfish. It's pure selfishness and greed.
A move that the agency says will be sorted once the registration of water vendors is complete.
We had validated 500 boreholes, 100 exhausters, and about 100 water bowsers. So once everything is validated, then it will be uploaded into the system, then consumer can start using it.
What remains to be seen is whether Nairobi residents will get a permanent solution to their water challenges.